Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. This is going to be the starts and sits for the Thursday night football game. So in this, I'm going to be previewing the game just a little bit, talking about the line, and then talking about the starts and sits on each team. Should be a relatively quick video. So this week's matchup is between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. The over-under in this game is 41 points, so a pretty low over-under point total. Not one that I feel comfortable betting at this point in time. This is definitely a game that has a chance to hit the under. But 41 points is still super low, so it definitely could hit the over as well. The Browns are somehow still 2-point home favorites, which not saying much about the Broncos either, because not even being favored against a team that has a whole bunch of injuries is a little bit concerning. So the implied point totals for this game is 19.5 for the Broncos and 21.5 for the Browns. So relatively 3 scores apiece. Couple scores, couple field goals. Not looking at a lot of points being scored in this one. Not a very attractive game overall. I think it'll make for a very interesting DFS slate that I'll be talking about tomorrow. Overall for this game, especially for fantasy-wise, there's just not a lot of guys you're probably going to want to play this week. But with that being said, we'll get over to the Broncos side real quick. So we got Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. He is a little bit banged up too as well, but limited in practice. He is likely to play though. Still not anybody you want to start. The Browns defense is essentially the best part they have left on their team. So Teddy's not been looking too hot lately. So not anybody you want to start. Not a top 12 quarterback for me this week. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams. Both these guys are kind of in the same pool. If the Broncos get the lead early, each of these guys could end up having a decent day. This is a pretty big bye week. Some people have called it, kind of like the bye-mageddon because there's a lot of good teams on bye in week 7. So Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, they're both kind of in that low-end running back 2 flex play type of territory this week. So if you need to play them, you can. If you don't need to play them, just don't play them. It's pretty simple there. Then we have Courtland Sutton at wide receiver. You can start Courtland Sutton in this matchup. He's been pretty solid most weeks this season, so he's somebody to take a look at. Tim Patrick, wide receiver 3, flex play type of option. Once again, pretty much as he is on a weekly basis. Then Noah Fant at tight end. I think you can play Noah Fant pretty simple here. He might have Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah on him in coverage, who was a pretty athletic linebacker as well. So maybe not the best day for Fant. Maybe it's a better day for Courtland Sutton and Tim Patrick. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. Then the Broncos defense, you can definitely play them against this Browns banged up offense. They are missing a couple offensive tackles. They're missing their top 2 running backs. Odell Beckham Jr., he might play in this game. He might not. Jarvis Landry, he might be back. He might not. Case Keenum's playing quarterback. Baker Mayfield's out. So it's just kind of a mess at this point in time. So Broncos defense definitely a play. Brandon McManus, the kicker. If you have him, you've probably been playing him, and you might as well just keep on doing it because he's a pretty solid kicker. Then we get over to the Brown side of the ball. So we got Case Keenum starting at quarterback. Do not start Case Keenum this week unless you are in a super flex or a 2-quarterback league. The Broncos defense is pretty tough overall as it is anyways. And Case Keenum, he's still a backup quarterback for a reason. D'Ernest Johnson, Demetric Felton. So kind of like Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, probably like low-end running back 2s, flex play type options, probably more in that flex play territory. However, you never put a guy in your flex from Thursday Night Football matchup. Just bad advice and could screw you over later on in the week. D'Ernest Johnson, I think, is the guy that's going to end up with the bulk load of the carries in this game. Demetric Felton could be used in the passing game out of the backfield. And if Odell Beckham Jr. is out, if Jarvis Landry does not come back to line up from his IR stint, then Demetric Felton might be a little bit more involved, but also the tight ends could be a little bit more involved as well. So Odell Beckham Jr., if he plays, you can play him as a wide receiver 3, flex play type of option. If he doesn't play, you obviously sit him. Jarvis Landry, if he comes back, even if he comes back, I'm not really interested in starting him. Maybe you could start him as a wide receiver 3 flex play if he's in and Odell Beckham Jr. is out and we don't hear anything about like a snap count type of situation. Then we move over to last week's Darland and Donovan Peoples-Jones, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't expect him to have that kind of performance again. He's not really somebody I feel comfortable starting, even if Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry are both out. Ball's probably going to get spread around more often than not. So him, Rashard Higgins, Anthony Schwartz, any of those guys, not really excited about unless I'm in the deepest of deepest leagues. Then we have Austin Hooper and David Njoku. Not really excited about starting the tight ends. You can throw Harrison Bryant in there as well. These guys just all kind of split work. None of them end up having a pretty good target here. I know Njoku had the one big week, but other than that, he really hasn't done anything. So just kind of a mess there overall. Browns defense, they're probably like middle of the pack this week. You could play them if you really, really need to, but they're not a defense I'm going out of my way to play this week. Chase McLaughlin, the kicker's not anybody I'm excited about playing, so he's going to be a sit for me this week. But with that being said, that's pretty much a quick little rundown on this week's Thursday Night Football matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. If you guys have any questions, especially involving start sits for this game, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. But with that being said, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. And that's one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your fantasy football teams, helping you with DFS, whether it's NFL or NBA. The NBA season just kicked off, and if you're into that at all, be sure to check out the videos I've been posting daily. And then talking all the different football news, talking a lot of injuries, especially when it comes to this start sit video and the next start sit video coming out on Saturday. So definitely excited for that. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Tomorrow's Thursday, so that will be the Thursday Night Football single game showdown slate for both DraftKings and FanDuel. Breaking down my player pool, my core captain picks, and building a couple lineups on both DraftKings and FanDuel. So definitely be sure to check that one out as well. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.